guys, it's Molly. In today's video, I am not going to be talking about books. I'm going to be talking about the TV shows that I have finished watching recently and the ones that I have caught up with. And in a separate video, I think I'll be talking about the ones I'm currently watching because I've been on like a massive binge watching mood lately, and this is why I have not been reading. And I just feel like it'll be fun to talk about because I do other things other than reading as well. So yeah. So the first one that I recently finished watching was Gilmore Girls A Year in the Life revival. I finished watching the original series I think last year, and it was really good. To be honest, I am actually quite disappointed in the revival. I don't know why, it didn't really feel like Gilmore Girls for me. It felt really kind of off, but maybe that's because most of the characters pretty much have developed for the past 10 years. But I don't know, I'm just not really a big fan of Rory anymore. So I really was just watching it for Lorelai and to find out what happened to my precious Jess and Logan. I used to love Logan, and yeah, overall I didn't really enjoy it that much, and I'm not too keen on a season 2 for the revival, but I do want to find out like what's gonna happen, because those last 4 words in the final episode is just what. So the next show that I recently finished watching is 13 Reasons Why, and this is adapted from Jay Ash's novel 13 Reasons Why. And personally, I really enjoyed the show as the show itself, because I know that this show has a lot of controversial issues surrounding it, and so I didn't really want to get into that, but judging it from a show, I enjoyed it. It was actually quite depressing to watch because like you're finding out everyone's pretty much a douchebag in the series, but it's also, I like the messages that it sends. Like, you don't know what kind of role you're playing in a person's life and what you can influence other people to do, and there's more to a person's life than what we see on the surface. So I like those kinds of messages from the show, and I actually thought the acting was pretty great. Yeah, I quite liked the acting in it, but yeah, overall I quite enjoyed the show. I also just finished watching The White Princess, and this is an adaptation from Philippa Gregory's series. I don't know what the series is called because I haven't actually read the books, but The White Princess is actually like a season 2 of The White Queen. So it's like a continuation of The White Queen, but with like a whole different cast. This actually made me get into like a huge mood for historical fiction, or like for historical drama especially. And right after The White Princess, I started watching a different show. But let's talk about The White Princess first. So I actually really enjoyed The White Princess, even though I hated most of the characters in it. No, but basically this is about the Tudors. Basically The White Princess is during the era of King Henry VII, which is the first king from the Tudor family, and Queen Elizabeth the 4th. I actually don't know which one, but yeah, honestly everything is so confusing, but it's so fascinating. I was watching the show on one window, and in like the next window I had like Wikipedia pages of all the characters because I really wanted to know more about them, and I wanted to know what was accurate historically and stuff. So I really enjoyed it, and I also quite enjoyed The White Queen as well. So since I was in this whole period drama kind of mood, I started watching Medici Masters of Florence, which is basically about the Medici family in Florence, and they're basically bankers. And honestly, I don't really know how to explain the plot and everything, and I don't even understand the politics in it and stuff, but overall I actually quite enjoyed the show. Yeah. If you know, I've been watching Reign. I still haven't caught up to season 4 yet, but I absolutely love Reign. And in Reign there's a character called Catherine de Medici. She is the queen in the season 1, and she's kind of evil, but she ends up being my favorite character. So watching Medici is like watching how her ancestors kind of rose to power and everything. So that was actually pretty interesting, and I loved the aesthetic in the show. It's in Florence and everything is like so beautiful. I loved it. So yeah, I quite enjoyed that. And the actor is the one who played Robb Stark, and he was awesome in it. So even though he was a douchebag, but like I really enjoyed the show. So those are the TV shows that I have finished watching. So now let's talk about the TV shows that are still ongoing that I've caught up with, and the first one will be Game of Thrones, and I absolutely can't wait to watch the next season. It's gonna be so exciting. There's so much build up from all the previous seasons, and it's like finally something big's really gonna happen soon, and I just really can't wait. I've read the first book and I really enjoyed it. I don't know when I'm gonna read the next books because they're so intimidating and thick, but yeah, I love Game of Thrones. My favorite character is Tyrion Lannister. I love that guy. The next show that I've just finished catching up on is The Flash, season 3. Yeah, I started watching these DC TV shows from Arrow, but I kind of gave up on Arrow after season 4 because I don't know, it got kind of draggy. But I quite enjoyed The Flash, and season 3 was actually pretty great. I liked it. I hated the ending though. I'm like, all that happened just for this to happen. I'm like, what? But yeah, season 3 was actually pretty great. I especially liked seeing Tom Felton in it. He reminds me so much of Draco Malfoy, and I just can't not see Draco in him. And the last TV show that I've caught up with kind of recently, a couple of months ago, is This Is Us. And guys, if you have not watched This Is Us, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because this show is everything. It's probably my favorite show ever, or one of my favorite shows ever, but it's so important. I feel like everyone needs to watch This Is Us. It has so much values that you can learn from it, especially about family, and it's just so beautiful. And the cast is just amazing. The children cast and the adults, and just it's just so tear-jerking. Like the entire show is just full of you wanting to cry because it hits so deep, you know, and the acting is just fabulous. I can't wait to cry more in season 2. So those are the shows that I finished watching and I've caught up with recently. So yeah, if you've watched any of them and if you enjoyed them, tell me about it. Let us fangirl. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!